got some more fuel, which like the nearest supermarket is about 15 kilometers from here. So we can continue to do more clearing up, of which there's still plenty to do. And this morning we'll get started first here on the stable. Clear the floor, see what's going on with the ground underneath. Some more archaeology here. Something coming from under the hay. Looks like a strap. Oh wow. And hay wrapped in cloth. Where would they hang it? I would think that maybe this is like an old saddle, no? Made out of straw. See the leather strap? Always finding something. Got old newspaper here. Let's see if we can date it. Porto de Lisboa. The date is burned here. There's a hole there. Well, it starts with 19. There we go. Whoa, almost. Very close to my birthday. Oh no, about a month later. July 86, 12th. Look at this. This is beautiful future compost. every time. Now that we've had plenty of space to look at everything, you can see why they had this these wooden protections on this concrete column. You know, this one was below before, and that's because it's rotting below. And has over the many years. It started to crumble in certain areas. So it's quite brittle. Not ideal, not what you want. So before, I just wanted to know if there was going to be some type of hard pack underneath. And at some point there is with rocks. There's more rocks, intentional, I think, that they've put there. I wanted to do the walls and the roof, but when I look at this, I think not ideal. Might need some love too. Box around it, add some more steel, and pour around the column after removing the brittle parts. Support the current lentils, and then to finish it off, concrete floor to really make a solid repair that will properly support the structure. It's quite rudimentary, quite basic, though it's been upright for decades, but I think some extra support couldn't hurt.
Still one of my favorite things so far. See the effort here results in clearer, wider spaces, and slowly begin to unravel so much debris.
The real beauty of the place. And it's getting even more beautiful now because we're in spring. So the shades of green are slowly increasing with every passing day. It's really nice to see. And here we now have a complete view to the other side of the valley. And it's just special to see how the land continues to reveal itself, to find new spots to relax or different vistas. But springtime, it's a beautiful thing. The days are still cold, but it's still very nice out in the sun. Hot bottle.
Here, another one of my favorite spots here on this land. Higher up on the mountain slope, here begins irrigation, old irrigation infrastructure. And the creek flattens out here and cascades down to where we were below. This is about 10-12 meters up. The creek goes higher and higher. And here is one of the most important parts of water infrastructure. It's a dam slash tank. And here it collects coming from the creek before it goes further down. Difference is about 15-20 meters. And the great thing about that is that eventually we could lay down a pipe and get, I think, every 10 meters is 1 bar, about 15 psi. The 20 meters will give you 2 psi, no, 30 psi, 2 bar, and that's the minimum to have almost a house main pressure, but for shower, kitchen, that sort of thing. It all comes from here. So you have potential pressure source and a drinking source. Beautiful, isn't it? It's filled to the brim with granite sand, all flowing down the creek. The dam has gotten worse. We have more material to dig out, to get rid of. And I thought before, could we just open up, let it flow out, let it spread out, let it follow its natural course down to the small river that ends up at the bigger river. Then I figured, look at this stuff. You ever made concrete, cement before? You mix in sand. Or in construction, the base layer before you pour concrete. It's this kind of coarse sand. And Pedro the builder told me that especially granite sand like this, it's great, makes for strong concrete. So I realized, depending on how deep it goes and if there's a lot of black sand, regular sand underneath, I don't know, but this wasn't here. So I figured we have a tank maybe half full of prime construction material. So that's interesting to think about, and maybe we can figure something out to get it down there to the site. But this is, like I said, 20 meters up and about 100 meters or so from the house. But I think we might have something here.
And here at this buried irrigation pipe, you can see what I've been talking about. Over the years, it has opened up and water washed it away on this side. You see that tree. They've been growing here ever since this has been put in the ground a long time ago.
This is still the most tick-free route.
Então, Pedro. Espera aí, deixa eu ajudar. Então, rapaz. Já. Pega o teu pai, pega. O que é que o teu pai trouxe, pá?
O meu vai ser o tubo e na próxima torneira.
Ei, a torneira ainda por cima.
Uma torneira.
Queres puxar? Queres ajudar? Ah, puxa lá por cima.
Preciso mostrar bem.
Olha, assim, consegues puxar? Empurra. Empurra.
100 metros.
Tudo bom, pá? 100 metros já.
Vai ser metros.
Olha só,
É de 8 quilos este.
8 quilos. Este é o diâmetro, parece o
É o 25.
20.
É o 25.
Este é o 25? Ah, muito porreiro. O que o papá trouxe?
Já
Pá?
podes ir ligar a água.
Muito fixe.
Oh,
Puxa,
não sei, eu não estou lá
dá
ainda.
para cima. Falta mais um pouco. Anda. Anda, pá.
Também.
Isso. Muito bom.
Também. Sim, às 6h30. Provavelmente é assim.
Muito bem, pá.
Este aqui eles dizem 20, máximo 20. Ele aguenta até 40, de altitude, 30. Eu tenho alguns sítios de 8 deste, mas o vi mais grosso.
Sim.
Está a 37 metros e no carro aguentou. Nunca
Está por
aguentou.
enterraste.
Está enterrado.
Tá. Cuidado, cuidado.
Como temos que? Foi uma área destruída.
Sabogueiro. Aquilo é sabogueiro. Com aquilo ali dizem que fazem medicamentos e peças.
Pois sim. Faz bem.
Isso é sabogueiro.
Então,
Então não fazer plantações disso até por causa de fazer.
a sério.
A sério.
Então tenho que deixar a planta, pá. Faz bem. Fica, é a planta de casa já. Não. Mas tens de ter cuidado. Isto tudo tem buracos. It's a different vibe with kids, eh? But he and his two brothers, they do worse when nobody's watching. Yeah, so we're down to the hardest part of the stable. And yeah, up until here we got 25-30 centimeters. That's more than enough to pour a concrete floor. Just have to decide where the level is going to be, more or less. But even just this was already more work than I had anticipated. This stable was going to be a quick win, but it has already evolved into a slower win. Box the pillar, lay a floor. Before I was gonna make the walls nice and do the roof, and I want to use some pine wood from this land. Back where the road is going to be, the old road is that we still have to uncover, there's a fallen pine, at least a year old I reckon. I don't know, but was there last year already. Long one, thick, and I think it could be the, 6 meter top beam of this roof. How would I cut it? Probably with the chainsaw. A lot of experimentation there, so of course that's going to take longer. And also, I don't want to continuously be living in the tent. So that could become a bigger tent, or there's also, I've always wanted to build a cabin. Or maybe something with that building, although I want that to be a workshop. Clear the water, bring it here, and that's even before we are working on the main ruin. But I hope people understand that there's a lot that needs to be set up first. Because I do feel sometimes like I am land clearing a lot, because I am, and I'm showing less now, but there's still so much of that to be done, and it's the season for that. Later it's going to be a lot harder or not possible to do it extensively, so it has to happen in the next couple of months still.
So as you can see, this is the log that I'd like to use. And what makes it so interesting, besides it being a tall and thick tree, is that it's fallen over. Most of the root ball has come out, but probably was still kind of on life support. But especially because of the branches, it never touches the ground, the main part. And the straightest part starts about here, and you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And we need about 6.5. Inside, we still have to see, once we cut it, if there's still good wood in there and if it isn't rotting. Because on the outside, here you can see moisture got trapped under the bark. That's normally what kills the tree, makes it rot when it's on the ground even faster.
If you ever feel sorry for the brush, the bush, the plants, don't. Because this isn't a one and done deal now. This needs to happen again and again. But it can't be managed. The brambles, they will want to come back up, shoot leaves. But if you stop that continuously, it will slow down their growth. And their root system should get smaller. It's just that now, everything in bloom, it just looks so much nicer. And that you're cutting away a nice plant with white flowers, where there's also quite some lavendel around here. That's cool. I found a pear tree in between all the growth. Now it's set free. Those kind of surprises I love. Fruit-bearing trees. We got a bit of a sleepyhead. Are bats always this still? Almost looks dead. Pedro, the builder, called me up and he said that he had an old battery for me lying around to give it a try if it still works. Seems to be working. It's AGM battery, should be about 15 times bigger than this little thing. Oh, look at the dust. Oh man, what a oasis here. So cool here. I can walk around in a t-shirt. So hot there in the sun. With every passing week, I come more often here. You're going to need something more sustainable, closer to get the water, or just have more water over there. This here was one of the you can't get there zones. Tallest brambles, tallest bushes. And look at this. I imagine myself being here when I was considering to come here, when I was exploring. And it's even better than I expected, and it's going to be nicer with time. But what are we doing here is making a breakfast of champions. I had the roughest of nights. Last night, just knackered. Went to bed, didn't eat enough. I was going to make steak yesterday evening for dinner, but didn't do it. So this morning, or by now this brunch, we need something proper. We got steak on bread, which is called a bifana. And I'm this morning making a deluxe version. So we got steak, bacon, and eggs. You know, something strange has been happening. Suffering from success, I guess. The more we get done, the more I find myself walking. Before, you needed something from the shed, you need something from the tent, short walk, short walk. You needed to fuel up, short walk. Now every time I need something, I find myself going the distance more. Now you can see better the rolling hills, or more rolling mountains from my childhood. I grew up with these throughout the summer. And whenever I'd be back in the Netherlands, I knew there was a place out there unlike any other. And after having ventured out on 2 wheels, some of the most beautiful places in the world, just wild, I know that this is up there. This is nice. And that's why I open up these spots, so we can get a better glimpse. Mostly for myself too, you know, it's nice waking up to views like this. But yeah, a lot of clearing still. And it's something that we'll still be doing a lot more while we still can. Because, boy, these days will get hot. And with spring, we're starting to get a glimpse of that. But the stable cleared out. Got a better idea what we can do with that. And I also have another part of me that is thinking, but I need to also be working on upgrading from this. So let's see what direction we take in that regard, because I already said I'm walking more, but things take time. You get humbled like that in a place like this, trying to get work done. But hope you've been enjoying the ride so far, and we got so much more to do. So have a good one, and I'll see you.